Well, this building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Washington football team. Taken in the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
On the carry.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Not much there, only a yard.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
The penalty. It's Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
This is Johnson, and this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but eventually they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
3rd down.
they'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
He's brought down.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Prize pass. Complete.
7 yards on the play, and it'll make it second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 24-yard line.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing the 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well. When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
And right away, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Niners 3, Washington nothing.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. On third down, Johnson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Don't forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run with Taylor. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. From the gun, Marshall. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. first and 10. Marshall. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 20-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Marshall. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Throwing on first down. Marshall flushed out right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Marshall dancing to his left. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw again. It's complete to Grant. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Two first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Marshall. They'll get that one to Taylor, complete. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Operating from the gun, Marshall. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
A 2-yard gain.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
30, where's the mic? Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. 30, where's the mic? He don't know no better. 30, where's the mic? Stop your whining. 30, where's the mic?
From the gun, Marshall forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
They'll drop this down to Taylor. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Marshall.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
as the first half is winding down.
And Washington has taken the lead.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Good. Makes this Washington 7, 49ers 3.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. A fairly short kick from the 14.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Yard line.
Second and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 28 yards on that one, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We have not seen much on offense from either side these last few drives. It has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, it's Evans. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And that is incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Operating from the gun, Marshall. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Off play action. Marshall. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with
with Taylor.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
They'll run with Taylor. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
On 3rd down, here's Evans.
And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. Back to throw here. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
A gain of 22 yards.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st down.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point 4th-quarter lead.
Now that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On play action, they'll throw. Eluding the pressure right.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Completes it to Samuel. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? On 2nd down, Johnson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Underneath for Johnson.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
4th down and goal.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the ball.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
We got 3.
On 1st and 10, Marshall. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On third down, here's Taylor.
Able to power through. They can't corral him. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. That'll bring up fourth down after back-to-back 3-yard pickups.
It's now fourth down and 1.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a fourth down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And inside the 20 before he's broken. Down.
That's good for a Washington.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Taylor. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw. Marshall. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
1st and goal at the 6.
4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now Taylor. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
5 yards brings up 3rd and goal.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Today's finals, Washington 14.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Washington,
they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.